Hello friends and a very good morning to all of you. This is Nachal Sharma and I welcome you all on ADA 247. So today we'll be dealing with very important fillers. As you all know, I have already told you, I've already taught you how do you deal with fillers when you're not sure about the vocabulary words, right? So जब आप vocabulary words के लिए sure नहीं होते हो तब आप क्या करते हैं? What do you do then? So what do you do then? आप उस समय क्या करते हैं? That is the thing that we need to understand, right? यही चीज हमें समझनी है. And to understand this we have what? Read the tone of the sentence, whether it's positive or it's negative. Once you have done this, identify what is given before and what is given after the blank. Through this you will judge which part of speech will be used in between, right? According to this and according to this, you will eliminate the options, right? You will eliminate the options according to this, and then after that you have to select new answers. That means choosing the best vocabulary. तो ये चीज तो आपको करनी है जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है that is based on fillers. हर क्वेश्चन जो fillers के ऊपर based है उसमें आप ये अपनी strategy रखेंगे, ठीक है? Is that clear? Okay. So अब हम चलते हैं, okay. अब हम चलते हैं. Let's begin with the questions without wasting time. Let's have the questions on screen. Okay. Here's the first question. First question. Okay, the first question is in front of you. It says he aims to make his product by selling it internationally. वो अपने प्रोडक्ट को क्या करता है इंटरनेशनली सेल करके. ये हाफ स्क्रीन करिए. They are dash environmental contaminants of dash. What should? Okay. He aims to make his product dash by selling it internationally. वो अपने प्रोडक्ट को क्या करना चाहता है इंटरनेशनली, मतलब पूरे दुनिया में उसको बेच के. They are dash environmental contaminants of considerable persistence. कह रहे हैं ये और भी क्या हैं? They are dash environmental contaminants of considerable persistence. हाँ, okay, option number B लग रहा है. Okay, so we say ubiquitous, then we have omniscient, then we have omnipotent, then we have prevailing and dominant. With this you can easily identify one thing, that omni, the word given omni in two words जो B में दिया हुआ है, omni का मतलब क्या होता है बताओ? Can you tell me? Omni मतलब क्या होता है? Omni means all, right? When you add scient to it, so scient takes omniscient takes what? One who knows everything. ठीक है, ऐसा कोई इंसान जिसको सब पता है, that is called omniscient. You can say Google को भी omniscient कह सकते हो, ठीक है. And then you have this word omnipotent, right? Now potent is a word which means power, शक्ति, ठीक है, इसका मतलब होता है शक्ति. So omnipotent means holding all powers. समझे? अभी बताओ, can you do anything internationally by being omniscient and omnipotent? क्या आप ये कर सकते हैं, कुछ कर सकते हैं? नहीं. But there is one word given. एक होता है omnipresent. Had there been this word omnipresent, जिसका मतलब क्या होता है? Present everywhere. Present everywhere. So had there been this word, we would have placed it. है ना? अगर ये शब्द होता तो हम इसको लगा देते. But then we have what? We don't have this word. So instead of this word, इस word का एक synonym यहाँ पर given है. There is a synonym given of this word in the options, and that is ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means existing everywhere, right? Synonym is ubiquitous, and ubiquitous का मतलब क्या होता है? Something which exists everywhere. ऐसी कोई चीज जो हर जगह exist करती है, and this means the same, present everywhere, right? So what do you have to do? Yeah. So what do you have to do? Here you will select what? Why? Because if you are selling something internationally, अगर आप internationally कोई चीज बेच रहे हो, so obvious सी बात है, if you are selling something internationally, that means you're doing what? That means you are trying to expand your business, and when you expand your business you have to be present everywhere. So option number 1 will be perfectly placed here. एक word दिया हुआ है prevailing, so prevailing also means what do you call, dominating anywhere, or prevailing means widespread. ठीक है, prevailing का मतलब होता है widespread. See, he aims to make his product prevailing नहीं हो सकता, but हाँ we can obviously write ubiquitous. That means, and better than prevailing we have a word, right? prevailing से बेहतर एक word हमारे पास है which means ubiquitous, तो हम ubiquitous को ही select करेंगे. This will be our correct answer in both the statements. ठीक है, okay, okay. Dominate लिखा हुआ है, dominant थोड़ी लिखा है. चलो, now let's move on to the next question. Next question पे चलते हैं. Let's, here it is. When I was growing up, I viewed my father as a dash man who rarely spent time with me. After I did a little research, the subject of metaphysics was no longer so dash to me. Now, and laga hua hai, if you could see, right? We have this word and placed there. So obviously you have labyrinth, latent, enigmatic, geek or strange. Now you tell me which one should I select. आप बताइए कौन सा मैं select करूँ. I hope you have copied the answers here. और अभी आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा that omni से अब कोई भी word अगर आया, or if you have a word related to potent, potent will be related to power only and omni will be related to all only, right? Okay. Ravneet कर तो दिया, चलो anyway. When I was growing up, so as you can see what is given before the blank, we have an given before the blank, and when you have an dash man, so what do? An labyrinth हो सकता है? No. An latent हो सकता है? No. An enigmatic हो सकता है? Of course. An geek? No. An strange? No. So the answer is absolutely correct, that is enigmatic, right? हमारा answer तो enigmatic ही होगा भाई. Why? Because this starts with a vowel sound and we need a vowel sound here, right? हमें यहाँ पर एक vowel sound चाहिए थी, तो हाँ. So इसी वजह से हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? Vowel word ही लगाना है. So enigmatic का मतलब क्या होता है? This means hard to understand. That means if something is difficult to understand, कोई ऐसी चीज जिसको आपको समझने में problem होती है. Like for me it's maths. So maths is enigmatic to me. ठीक है? Maths मेरे लिए enigmatic है. ठीक है? So that is the thing what we are using here. But labyrinth का मतलब क्या होता है? The first word that is given, labyrinth, that means what? That means a complex network, a maze, puzzle, ये बोल सकते हो. ठीक है? भूल भुलैया को बोलते हैं वैसे. Maze और complex network. Labyrinth is भूल भुलैया. ठीक है? Then you have the word latent. Latent means inactive, dormant. That means कोई चीज जो अब काम नहीं कर रही है. You can say sleeping as well. ठीक है? आप sleeping भी बोल सकते हो. Then C तो I've already told, that is enigmatic. Then D option is geek. Geek का मतलब क्या होता है? Very knowledgeable person but obsessive with studies. ठीक है? Obsessed with studies. ठीक है? Studies से obsessed है जो, उसको बोलते हैं. And strange, obviously you know, something which is not normal. Abnormal is strange. ठीक है? Abnormal is strange. Something which is not normal. So obviously answer you already know. Yeah. Answer you already know. What is it? Hard to understand. So you will be selecting this as your answer. When I was growing up, I viewed my father as an enigmatic man who rarely spent time with me. तो मैं जब बड़ी हो रही थी तो मैंने अपने पिता को देखा कैसे एक enigmatic, that means hard to understand. Why? Because he didn't spend time with me. तो उसके साथ उसके पिता ने टाइम नहीं स्पेंड किया, इसलिए वो enigmatic लगे. Next is after I did a little research. जब मैंने थोड़ा बहुत research किया, the subject of metaphysics was no longer so dash to me. जब मैंने थोड़ा बहुत research कर लिया, when I did the research, so obviously once you're done with the research, what happens? The subject doesn't become that hard to understand. So it was not hard to understand for me, right? So option number C is absolutely correct. Enigmatic is the correct word. Now let's move on to the next question. Yeah, a geek is a obsessive knowledgeable person. That means obsessed with studies. यार हर समय जो पढ़ता रहता है उसको बोलते हैं. ठीक है? The next question here is, for the 7 years of our record, there is a very obvious oscillation in the temperature dash, in the temperature palpable, in the temperature camouflage, in the temperature big whale, in the temperature uxorious, in the temperature anomaly. Then we have, it is also intended to remove the dash of people doing similar jobs being paid different amounts. So whenever you have double fillers like this, go for an easy option, right? जब आपके पास ऐसे डबल फिलर्स दिए होते हैं ना, तो हमेशा पॉइंट किया करो जो इजी वाला सेंटेंस है उससे आइडेंटिफाई करने की कोशिश. So for the 7 years of our record, there is a very obvious oscillation in the temperature. Okay? Are you sure? Anomaly ही लगेगा. पक्का? Are you sure? अच्छा ठीक है, उससे पहले मुझे ये बताओ, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दिस वर्ड ऑसिलेशन? वर्ड दिया हुआ है तो उसका मतलब क्या होता है, बताओ. ऑसिलेशन का मतलब क्या होता है? ऑसिलेशन मीन्स रेगुलर मूवमेंट, वेदर इट्स अप डाउन टू एंड फ्रो, लेकिन रेगुलर मूवमेंट जो होती है ना उसको हम ऑसिलेशन बोलते हैं. सो रेगुलर मूवमेंट ऑफ अप एंड डाउन और रेगुलर बैक एंड फोर्थ इन अ रिदम is what we mean by oscillation. So for 7 years of our record, हमारे रिकॉर्ड के 7 years से के अनुसार, there is a very obvious oscillation, बहुत obvious oscillation है in the temperature palpable. Palpable नहीं लग सकता, why? Because every word that ends with BLE or ABLE or you can say OUS or IVE, all these words are what? All these words are adjectives. Right? All these words are adjectives. So now you understand, यहाँ पर adjective हमें लगाना नहीं है. We need to have a noun here, right? हमें क्या लगाना है? हमें यहाँ पर एक noun की ज़रूरत है. If you can understand that, right? Temperature dash, noun की ज़रूरत है. So we will be placing a noun here. Why? Because in the second sentence as well, second वाले sentence में अगर आप देखोगे, so what is given before and after the blank? We have an article here, the, right? And we have a preposition here. And this makes us absolutely correct. This makes us absolutely confident that we will be placing a noun here. ये हमें बिल्कुल confident बना देता है कि हम यहाँ पर सिर्फ और सिर्फ क्या लगाएंगे, noun का ही use करेंगे. So you cannot place palpable, camouflage is it's a verb. Then big whale, uxorious तो वैसे भी नहीं लगा सकते. But definitely we'll be discussing the meanings of every word. So for example, the first word is palpable. That means something which can be touched, seen and felt. ठीक है? Can be touched, felt or seen. कोई ऐसी चीज जिसको छू भी सकते हो, देख भी सकते हो और महसूस भी कर सकते हो. Then we have the word the camouflage. Camouflage means what? Something which is covered up, something which is in disguise. ठीक है? A disguise or covering up. ठीक है? Then we have this word big whale. Big whale का मतलब क्या होता है? To cheat. This means to cheat. Again, that's a verb. Then we have uxorious, overly, जोरू का गुलाम बोलते हैं. ठीक है? Overly devoted to wife. In Hindi we call it जोरू का गुलाम or whatever. ऐसा word जो use करते हैं, that is uxorious. And the last word that we have in here is anomaly. Anomaly का मतलब क्या होता है? A deviation from the rule. That means something which is regarded as normal. You don't follow that, but you choose another path. जो ऐसी चीज जिसको normal माना जाता है, आप वो ना follow करके अपना एक rule बनाते हो. That is what we mean by this. ठीक है? So it means a deviation from the normal. जो normal है उससे deviate करना. So now what can you select? So for the 7 years of our record, there is a very obvious oscillation in the temperature. What? In the temperature deviation. That means temperature में जो deviations आते हैं, that means up and down, to and fro, whatever हो रहा है, बढ़ रहा है, घट रहा है, बढ़ रहा है, घट रहा है. So that is an obvious oscillation. That means वो चीज होती चली आ रही है ना? अभी एक और टेम्परेचर का टच तो कर नहीं सकते, है ना? धोखा भी नहीं देगा, चीट भी नहीं करेगा, वाइफ से भी डिवोटेड नहीं होगा. सो ऑप्शन नंबर ई इज द करेक्ट आंसर हियर. इट इज ऑल्सो इंटेंडेड टू रिमूव द डैश ऑफ पीपल. ये इन लोगों की क्या ऐसी सोच को बोल सकते हो, ऐसे डिविएशन को भी हटाता है. of people doing similar jobs being paid different amounts. मतलब सेम जॉब करते हैं लेकिन सब जगह पे अमाउंट्स डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मिलता है. So उस चीज को भी हटाता है. So that is the thing what we are talking about. Option number E is the correct answer here. Option number E is the anomaly is the correct answer here. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay. Okay. Near the center of the park in mud dash a circular crater about 40 feet. Rictoviorus is in disgust cast himself into the fire or the dash of boiling tar from which they had emerged refresh. बताओ क्या होगा यहाँ पर? Okay. Now quickly tell me what shall I place here? क्या लगाना है जल्दी से बताओ. Okay. बताओ. Near the center of the park is mud. मतलब पार्क के सेंटर में is mud vessel, mud cauldron, mud cataclysm, mud cavalcade and mud casserole. A circular crater about 40 feet. Rictoviorus is in disgust cast himself into the fire. Rictoviorus क्या करता है? अपने आप को गलती से फायर में ले आता है. और द डैश ऑफ बॉइलिंग वाटर बॉइलिंग टार के किसमें? फ्रॉम विच दे हैड इमर्ज्ड रिफ्रेश, जिसमें से वो नए होकर बाहर निकले थे. नाउ यू टेल मी. ओके, दीस आर टेरिबल वर्ड्स. ओके, नेवर माइंड, we'll be discussing every word. ठीक है. So vessel obviously you know it's a container, right? Vessel क्या होता है? Container type कुछ चीज होती है. Then we have option number B, that's cauldron. Cauldron का मतलब क्या होता है? A large bowl shaped pot. एक pot, एक bowl shaped pot को हम बोलते हैं cauldron. ठीक है. A large bowl shaped pot is what we mean by cauldron. Then we have option number C, that means cataclysms. Cataclysms का मतलब होता है कोई disaster, whether it's political, whether it's social, whether it's environmental, some kind of disaster is cataclysm. ठीक है, disaster. Then we have the word cavalcade. Cavalcade का मतलब क्या होता है? Parade of something. ठीक है, parade. And casserole, you know, something which protects. और container इसको भी बोलते हैं. Now you tell me what shall I put here? Near the center of the park is mud dash. Mud container हो सकता है. Mud large bowl shaped pot भी हो सकता है. But mud disaster and mud parade तो नहीं होगा, है ना? E भी नहीं हो सकता. mud का casserole थोड़ी रखेगा वहाँ पे. Then Rictoviorus in disgust cast himself into the fire or the dash of boiling water. बताओ. और द डैश ऑफ बॉइलिंग वाटर. बॉइलिंग वाटर का क्या होगा? कंटेनर या लार्ज बोल शेप्ड वेसल पॉट. नाउ अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग. इफ आई से वेसल और बी, नाउ यू हैव टू वर्ड्स ऑफ सेम मीनिंग. कैन यू सी? बोथ आर कंटेनर्स, राइट? दोनों ही कंटेनर्स है, दोनों की मीनिंग सेम है. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक? What do you think will be the perfect answer when you have two meanings of similar, when you have two words of similar meaning? जब दो words same meaning के होंगे, so which one would you select? बताओ, which one would you select? कौन सा select करोगे? Obviously you will go for what? You will go for a better option. That means option number B, cauldron को हम select करेंगे according to nuances, choosing a better vocabulary, right? We have to select a better vocabulary, and for this we have to select option number B. Absolutely correct, guys. Yeah. Okay. ए भाई तुम तुक्का यहाँ लगा सकते हो, बार बार थोड़ी तुक्का लगाओगे. Anyway, option number B is the correct answer here. Now let's move on to the next question. चलते हैं अगले question की तरफ. Here it is. Another simple apparatus is a large vertical pipe or chute in which sloping dash plates or shells are placed at intervals. ठीक है. His speeches carry us but a little way beyond the mental range. His novels rather dash than instruct. बताओ, उसके speeches हमें carry कर लेते हैं. That means वो हमें change कर देते हैं. ठीक है. But a little beyond the mental range. जितना हमें समझना चाहिए, जितना हम समझ सकते हैं, उससे थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा. His novels rather dash. His novels rather dash than instruct. उसके novels instruct करने से ज़्यादा क्या करते हैं? Sham, baffle, buffer, shame और rebuke. बताओ. So the first word as you can see is sham. Sham का मतलब क्या होता है? Fake. Option number A, that means fake. Now you need a verb here, right? His novels dash than instruct. So than के बाद अगर instruct दिया हुआ है, than के बाद अगर instruct दिया हुआ है, so as you know instruct is a verb. So what will be given? What will be used here? Obviously it has to be a verb, right? यहाँ पर भी तो verb होना चाहिए, है ना? So anyway. So first is fake, then we have baffle. Baffle means to confuse or to deceive. ठीक है, दो meanings है. To confuse or to deceive. धोखा देना या फिर confusion create करना. Then option number C is buffer. Buffer का मतलब क्या होता है? Something which is not running in the same format, right? Where buffering can be loading, right? Loading. Then option number D is shame. Shame का मतलब आपको मालूम है भाई, शर्मिंदा होना. Then rebuke is a word that means reprimand. Sharp disapproval. Sharp disapproval. And you have another word for it that is called reprimand. Reprimand is sharp criticism or sharp disapproval. कोई भी चीज बोलोगे reprimand का मतलब यही होता है. That is also related to formal disapproval. ठीक है? Okay. Why should we always go for the difficult words? Sujit, we don't go for the difficult words, we go for a better vocabulary. ठीक है? Anyway, now tell me another simple apparatus, or choose one of the sentences which are easier, right? So second one, I think it's easy. So his speeches carry us but a little way beyond the mental range. His novels rather dash than instruct. उसके novels हमें fake करते हैं instruct से ज़्यादा. This is not a verb at all, right? Load करते, no. Shame करते, no. Sharp disapproval देते, no. You're left with only one option, that is option number B, to confuse or to deceive, right? So another simple apparatus is a large vertical pipe or chute in which sloping baffle plates or shells are placed at intervals. That means maybe deceive करने के वाले plates, है ना? What do you mean by the word baffle in the first sentence? That means थोड़ी जगह पर थोड़े places पे क्या लगा हुआ है? Plates और shells लगे हुए हैं that will deceive the other part or which is entering or which is coming in, right? So option number B is the correct answer here. Baffle is the correct answer here. ठीक है? Baffle or rebuke? No, baffle को select करोगे. ठीक है? Baffle is the correct answer here. Now let's move on to the next question. चलते हैं अगले question की तरफ. Here it is. Activists in the country have long protested its dash society, right? That essentially dash women from traveling, marrying or attending college without permission from male relative who is called their dash. Oh my God. This is so much of our society, right? Right? This is too much of our society. हमारी society से कितना ज़्यादा link कर रहा है. देखो, activists in the country have long protested. जो country के activist हैं, that means country में जो लोग support करते हैं चीज़ों को, वो बहुत time से have long protested its dash society. It's benevolent, it's pre-Adamite, it's preeminent, it's venerable, it's patriarchal. अब मेरे हिसाब से तो patriarchal ही होना चाहिए. मेरे according, I'm not sure about you. Why? I'll tell you why. Because if they are dominating women, patri word किससे आता है? Patri word किससे आता है? Father. Or you can say male. ठीक है? इन दोनों से आता है. Like patriarchy होता है. तो government led by a head of the family or head of the government. ठीक है? उसको बोलते हैं. But anyway, let's discuss the meanings of the words as well. So we have bene in the first one. Bene word दिया हुआ है. Bene means good. So benevolent का मतलब होता है good or kind. ठीक है? Good or kind. So are we talking positive about the sentences? हमारी society अच्छी है. Are we talking about positive? No. Option number B में देखो क्या दिया हुआ है. Pre-Adamite. Adamite का मतलब होता है theological belief of humans. That means we keep on believing in gods. ठीक है? Theological. Theo is theological belief. That means theo is related to God. ठीक है? Theo जो word है ये God से related है. That means भगवान से related बहुत सारी ज़्यादा चीज़ें हैं society के अंदर. So we are not talking about anything that is related to God, right? हम God से related तो बात कर ही नहीं रहे. Then we have this word preeminent. Preeminent means leading or foremost. Leading or foremost. We can say, we can call our economy foremost or something like that. So obviously we can select option number D, but A and B doesn't make any sense. Then we have, it's not vulnerable, it's venerable. Okay, it's not vulnerable, it's venerable. Okay, so venerable means a great deal of respect. A great deal of respect. So in short, you're calling your society respectable. And if you are doing what? If you are actually trying to force people, if you're trying to force people, if you're trying to force women to do something and take your permission and then go out, then obviously ये positive तो नहीं है. And then you have this word patriarchal. As I told you, patriarchal is a word that is related to father or male, and that's what we are talking about, right? Patriarchal is relating to men. So we can say leading at foremost हमारी society है या फिर relating to men है. Better option will be E. But then second वाला देखो, it's society that essentially dash women, that prevent women. नहीं sorry, C वाला देख रहे हैं ना? That restrict women can be there. but we are talking about society, right? लेकिन हम society की बात कर रहे हैं. अब society being a singular noun, it being a singular noun, we have to select a singular verb as well. हमें इसके साथ singular verb लगाना है. So with this singular verb, what will you do? Can you place this? No, you can't. Why? Because it says restrict. यहाँ पर restricts होना चाहिए था. ये restrict कह रहा है. Restricts होना चाहिए था. So you will not stop here. Rather, you will move to the last part that says prohibits. Can be there. Prohibits women मतलब women को रोकते हैं क्या करने से? Prohibits stops women from traveling, marrying or attending college without permission from male relative who is called their guardian. Who's called their guardian. So option number E makes a perfect answer for this question. Option number E एकदम perfect answer बना रहा है. क्यों? कह रहा है activists जो country में हैं have long been protest कर रहे हैं हमारी patriarchal society को. That means a society led by men that essentially prohibits women. जो women को prohibit करता है, रोक लगाता है. Okay. रोक लगाता है क्या करने के लिए? From traveling, marrying or attending college without permission from male relative who is called their guardian. Okay. Okay. तो यहाँ पर आपको समझ में आ गया और कुछ करने की जरूरत है नहीं. क्या यहाँ पर हमें आंसर्स पता थे? क्या हमें यहाँ पर मीनिंग्स पता थे? नहीं. We have logics and with those logics we can definitely mark our answers. Okay. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं अब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. Here is another question for you. And by the way, the question that you just saw came in SBI PO mains once. ठीक है, वो SBI PO mains का question है, एक बार आया हुआ है. Exactly, I don't remember the year, but it is there. And this question as well, this is also from SBI PO mains. Okay, this is from 2017. Okay, SBI PO mains 2017. This is from there. So the molecular targeting of CSCs may improve the dash of current chemotherapeutic dash needed for the management of this disease. Dash and safety of one's daily dash in the treatment of HIV infection is currently under inspection. So what do you think the correct answer here is? बताओ आपको क्या लगता है यहाँ पर correct answer क्या है? Like for example, the first word is germanesis, right? Okay, it's germinaceous. Germinaceous. Sorry, क्या बोल रही हूँ मैं? Okay, germinaceous is the correct word here. So germinaceous word का meaning क्या होता है? What do you mean by the word? Can you tell me, guys? What do you mean by this word germinaceous? Any idea? What do you mean by this word germinaceous? This means being relevant to something, right? Being relevant to something. Being relevant, that's the only word that you can use. So that can be there or what? No. Why? Because we have to select a word that has to be according to the statement. So molecular targeting of CSCs may improve the dash of current therapeutic. So improve the dash of. Improve करेगा किसको? Relevance को. No, relevant होना चाहिए था ना. Being relevant थोड़ी होगा. So हाँ, अभी देखो efficacy word है. Efficacy का मतलब क्या होता है? Ability to produce desired result, right? Ability to produce desired results. So ये तो हमारा हट ही गया, but this can be there. Why? Because we are talking about what? We are talking about improvement, and when you say improvement, you need desired results, right? जो आपने सोचा है वो results आएंगे तभी तो improvement होगी. So we can definitely go for option number B. But C देखो क्या दिया हुआ है C में, emasculation, that means deprive of strength, that means not having much strength. ठीक है, deprived of strength, that means not having much strength, इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा ताकत ना हो. So again, if we are talking about improvement, we will not place any negative word. Then we have potency. I told you potent word is related to what? Potent जो word है वो किससे related है? That is again related to शक्ति, right? So potency is power और powerfulness बोल सकते हो, ठीक है. Then we have option number E, that means sufficiency. Sufficiency का मतलब क्या होता है? Sufficient, पर्याप्त, enough, right? So powerfulness हो सकता है, positive word है. Sufficient may improve the sufficiency of current. Sufficient की बात नहीं कर रहे, right? Powerful बना सकता है current chemotherapeutic किस चीज को? So we are now left with B and D. B और D बचा हुआ है अभी हमारे पास. आगे देखो क्या लगना है. Current chemotherapeutic regimens और chemotherapeutic sustenance, क्या लगाओगे? और नेक्स्ट वाले में भी देख लो, कैसी लगा सकते हैं, पोटेंसी लगा सकते हैं ऑफ वंस डेली डैश इन द ट्रीटमेंट, डेली रेजिमेंट्स इन द ट्रीटमेंट या डेली व्हाट इन द ट्रीटमेंट. बताओ, व्हाट डू यू थिंक विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर हियर? लास्ट वर्ड फॉर दिस, बताओ. सस्टेनेंस की बात होगी क्या इन द सस्टेनेंस इन द ट्रीटमेंट? डेली सस्टेनेंस होगा? नहीं. रेजिमेंट का मतलब क्या होता है? रेजिमेंट इज प्रेस्क्राइब्ड कोर्स ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट. सो वी आर एक्चुअली टॉकिंग अबाउट अ डिजीज, राइट? सो रेजिमेंट का मतलब भी होता है प्रेस्क्राइब्ड कोर्स ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट. सो वी विल डेफिनेटली गो फॉर दिस. हम इसी के साथ जाएंगे क्योंकि हमें डेली, हम इन्फेक्शन की बात करें, हम डिजीज की बात करें, एंड दैट इज ऑब्वियसली रिलेटेड टू दिस वर्ड, नॉट टू पावरफुलनेस और सस्टेनेंस. सो ऑप्शन नंबर बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर हियर. एफिकेसी एंड रेजिमेंट्स इज द करेक्ट word for your options. Is that clear? So that is it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me here. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves. Do revise the questions once you're done with your daily routine things. इन questions को revise जरूर करिएगा. And that's it for today. Thanks a lot for joining me here. Bye bye. Take care of yourselves.